with a huge development from WWE and more. This is Wrestling Rambles. My name is John, and you're watching the Wrestling Report. Before we move on, make sure you subscribe to Wrestling Rambles with notifications on, and don't forget to like the video. Following his release from WWE in April, Trevor Lee gave an update writing this on X. 1 week until I'm a free agent. At a recent live event, Dominik Mysterio would show disrespect towards his father, Rey. At a WWE live event in Mexico, Santos Escobar and Cody Rhodes would discuss having a premium live event in the country.
All of these people in Monterrey se merecen, deserve, earn, se ganaron el derecho a un TV.
If we did do a PLE in Mexico, I would love to run it back and wrestle you one more time. Ladies and gentlemen, you guys heard it here. You are the biggest crowd in the history of WWE in Mexico City. Give yourself a welcome. I'm going to stick around for a second. All right, I'm going to stick around for a second. Before I do that, I just want you guys to know this. From all of us at WWE, we love you all very, very much. Be safe, have a great night, take care of each other, and we will see you the next time we are in Mexico. Thank you.
At that same show, Stephanie Vaquer took on one half of the women's tag team champions, Isla Dawn. Here are the clips.
No, mija, estás en Monterrey, aquí se habla español.
Speaking about how he would feel if John Cena were to break his record of being a recognized 16-time world champion by WWE, the Nature Boy Ric Flair told Busted Open Radio none, Flair said when he was asked if he has no problem with John Cena breaking his title reign record. The honest-to-God truth, I think so much personally of John Cena. He's just one of those really great guys in my opinion, and I have known a few. In a perfect world, it would be my daughter, which I think would be the biggest thing that could ever happen. I told her one time and she got upset. Not upset, but she didn't like the comparison. I said you'd be as famous as Serena Williams if you broke that record that's been there for so long. She didn't like the comparison, but she's as good an athlete as there is alive today. If they do it with John, I have no problem. I'd be the first one to hit the ring and shake his hand. They're meant to be broken. Sentimentally, I like it, but I'd hit the ring on John. I'd probably take a blade, jump him without telling anybody, have him make a comeback, and give me the same hold. During that same interview, Ric Flair brought up a pitch he made to Tony Khan for Sting's final match at AEW Revolution. I gave them a finish for that match and they looked at me like I had 7 different. I don't think Tony knew that I was on blood thinners. I've been doing all that for all these years and I've had blood clots since 2012. If he asked me once, he asked me 10 times. He said, "Do not cut yourself. Please." I wanted those guys to have the same match, but at the end, instead of leaving me laying there like that, just keep me on the outside the whole time. At the end, as Sting is standing there and those guys are gone, I jump on Sting. Boom, boom, boom. One big move to me and puts the Scorpion on me, and we go out the way we started 31 years ago. It would have blown the roof off the joint and it would have made me a heel, so I had somewhere to go because it's just hard to get the people to get mad at me now. I haven't heard back from him since. "Rick, that's a good idea. We'll call you later on. At least I thought I could prove to him that I was thinking," Mark Henry said. "You won't." Giving his perspective on the Wyatt 6 faction, LA Knight noted on the Battleground podcast, "It seems like in the absence of Bray, I think a lot of people would expect, aw man, maybe this is kind of an odd move. Is this gonna have legs to it? And it seems like so far so good. It's got some pretty good legs from what we could see." Explaining how the partnership with TNA benefits WWE, LA Knight said this during that same interview. "I have no answer to that. I don't know. I don't know what the benefit is for us, if I'm honest. I really don't care because it's not my decision to make, not my thing to do. I'm sure it gives great benefit to TNA. Who knows? Maybe there's a deal worked out where there's access to the library or something like that, because we do at least have a few guys who have run through that system. Maybe there's something there. Who knows? I don't know. I think that all remains to be seen, but I mean, of course, it's definitely going to get people talking because this is something that I think is pretty well unprecedented at this point. So to see that happen, to hear about that, all of a sudden, a lot more eyes are going over there like, wait a minute, they're doing what? Who's coming in? TNA's working with WWE? That's insane. So I would imagine that's probably maybe giving us at least a little bit of a boost. Going over a talent no longer with MLW, Ringside News wrote that Sean Ross Sapp confirmed on Fightful Select that Ricky Shane Page is now a free agent and is no longer under contract with Major League Wrestling. His departure was amicable and both sides remain on good terms. Page last wrestled at Battle Riot on June 1st and had appeared for the company over the last 2 years. In addition to wrestling, Page served as an agent and received very positive reviews. Along the way, RSP became National Openweight Champion in September 2023, defeating Jacob Fatu. He was also an MLW World Tag Team Champion with Akira. Touching on Adam Copeland's run so far in AEW, as the star is currently out with an injury after fracturing his tibia, president of the promotion Tony Khan said this on the Sports Grid podcast. Copeland was the TNT champion, the face of our other network. He arguably has been on the greatest run of his entire legendary career, which is really saying something because he's had so many great matches, so many great runs. What he's been doing in AEW is some of the best stuff. I'm really proud of that. He was on this amazing run. Unfortunately, he got injured and he had to vacate the TNT title, but we've had so many great free agents come in just in the past year. Mentioning legends that he feels have not put over young talent, Jake Hager told the No Shave Man Cave, "Here's the thing I like about it. Did you see Triple H putting over any new guys? Did you see Undertaker putting over any new guys? Did you see any top guys who have been in the business for as long as Jericho putting over anybody? Did Sting put over anybody? No. Jericho's trying to build. He understands it. It drives me crazy that nobody talks about this. He's putting over these guys. He's putting the stamp on them. Did he make Orange Cassidy hot? I mean, come on. I'm biased, but I think the fact that he is so unselfish with building this company, forget about it." Reacting to his son, Jey Uso, not winning the men's Money in the Bank ladder match at the most recent WWE Premium Live event, WWE Hall of Famer Rikishi said this on his Off the Top podcast. "That kind of hits a nerve with me. I'm not asking or saying to give this kid a free pass because who he is and where he comes from, but I mean, again, I'm going to go back to the numbers. The numbers don't lie with Yeet, the merchandise that the Yeet Man has done so much for the company. The Yeet Man, he doesn't have a bad track record. The Yeet Man is not a liability. The Yeet Man shows up to work and does what he does. The only thing that comes to my mind is when you're not given a chance, but you go out there and you take it and you build it on your own. The opportunity, we're going to give you this opportunity to be a singles wrestler, to be the Yeet whatever. And you look at the crowd when this kid comes out, whether it be my son or not, but you look at the crowd, you look at what his performance is. Okay, we got robbed the first time from Gunther with the Intercontinental belt. Where's Gunther at now with the belt? Where is he? Do you see Gunther up on a marquee where you see Yeet? Now it comes to Money in the Bank. When you see the Money in the Bank poster, who do you see on that poster hoisting the Money in the Bank briefcase? I'm just speaking facts. If I'm wrong, then hey, I'm wrong. But for sure, without even talking to my boys, I'll look at it a different way when I'm watching it. I said, if anything to the next level, this could be the one here, and boom, here it comes again. So I just text my boy, hey, good match, keep working hard. I didn't want to tell him anything else because he's probably feeling it, and I'm damn sure feeling it. It's like, okay, what is it that we got to do to give Yeet a chance to finally, after 17 plus years, blood, sweat, and tears, give it to you all, his mind, body, and soul? Wouldn't you think after all these years to finally crown him and make him earn it? Because he damn sure earned it. Crown him as an Intercontinental Champion or whatever other championship they got. I think he deserves it, whether he's my son or not. We want to look at the status. Let's look at the numbers. Every time I turn on my social media to post something, in comes WWE Shop. What do I see? Yeet. What do I see? Yeet this, yeet that. During that same podcast, Rikishi said this about a role for himself in the Bloodline story in WWE. Would I be interested? Of course I would, but it just have to work for both sides. I'm at a part of my life, it's like more than wrestling to me now. I've been there, done that for 30-something years, dedicated my life to the professional wrestling industry of being on the road, doing the thing, what I'm supposed to do out there. I don't know, honestly, if the demands of being a part of the Bloodline, if in case it comes to the point where where I need to be on the road a lot, then I'm not kind of interested. I want to be able to dedicate my life now to catch up a lot of time that I've lost to my family and to be able to spend quality time with them. I like to be at their place, watching them on TV, but when they come home, I can see them. That's the part I want to be a part of. But keep your fingers crossed. You never know when I might pop up. You never know. As TNA Wrestling's Jordynne Grace has made a few appearances for WWE in recent memory, this was said regarding her contract status by Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful Select. Jordynne Grace, you might see backstage at NXT more, especially if she ends up leaving TNA in January. Originally, she re-signed with TNA in the summer of 2023, which would have put her deal to expire in the summer of 2025. However, we are told at some point she had her contract amended, and now it's up in January. Obviously, she's expected to get heavy interest within pro wrestling. When it comes to the feud between Drew McIntyre and CM Punk culminating in a match at SummerSlam, Dave Meltzer noted on Wrestling Observer Radio that the Punk vs. McIntyre match is probable. Rollins will probably be involved in that match, but I was told it was not going to be a three-way, or at least as of 6 days ago, it was not going to be a three-way. In a huge development from WWE, this was said regarding talent retaining the rights to their name when they leave the company, as Brian Alvarez said this on Wrestling Observer Live. I was told that these new TKO deals are such that when you go to WWE, they are going to trademark everything. For example, Ethan Page went and they trademarked Ethan Page. This is from someone in the company. When you leave, they hand everything over to you now. Apparently, when you leave WWE, and it's kind of the same thing, I think, with AEW, it's like Vaquer can leave and take her name. Ethan Page can leave and take his name. While you're there, they own the rights to everything for pro wrestling. But that is a very big change from back in the day when they owned you in perpetuity. She very much wanted to keep her name, and apparently they're allowing her to keep the name in WWE. They're going to trademark it while she's there. And this was your Pro Wrestling News Update. I hope you're all having a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see y'all later.